no ma'am, we are not counting calories. No ma'am, we are not restricting anything. No ma'am, we are not gonna go OD on this ED problem that we got going on. No ma'am, we're not doing it.
Hoping she can be well, praying she can be.
Hi guys, welcome back to the I Rise with the Sun channel. My name is Yami. Okay, so we are getting our bodies right in 2025 summer, and guess what? We're gonna do it in 4 months. We're gonna lock in, we're gonna go to the gym, we're gonna eat better. What I'm trying to say is I want to feel confident in my bathing suit during the summer, and I'm sure that that's why you're here too. We are not going to count any calories. We're not going to track anything. We are going to have no restrictions. We are going to add things instead of subtract things. We are not going to go into this crazy dieting mindset. We're not going to follow a specific diet. We're not doing anything except essentially going to we're not going to add supplements, crazy supplements or protein powders or anything. So this is how I'm breaking it down. In February, I've gone to the gym 3 times a week. In March, I'm going to the gym 3 times a week. In April, I'm going to the gym 4 times a week. And in May, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. At the end of the month of May, I'm going to cut back down to 3 times a week. And we're just going to see the progress and see how everything improves, how everything goes. And I want to be consistent is my whole thing. I want to be consistent with going to the gym. I want to be consistent with making better choices, even though I'm not tracking anything. Now you may ask, why aren't you tracking anything? Because we have some girlies on here on YouTube tracking macros, tracking micros, every single calorie in, every single calorie out. They're tracking how many steps they're taking. They're tracking every single little detail. They're literally like using measuring tape to measure their weights to see if they've lost weight. Like they're going down pant sizes, and they're being very, very specific and meticulous. So really the thing is, how am I supposed to know if I'm actually gonna attain this dream body, this hot girl, holy girl summer, if I'm not actually gonna see any results on paper? You know, does that make sense? I'm not gonna see it in the numbers. I'm not gonna see it any other way other than how I look and how I feel. I'm gonna only be taking pictures to kind of show my progression along the next couple of months, and I'm just gonna see if I can get into not the best shape of my life, because honestly 4 months for the best shape of my life is crazy. I just want to really lock in. So without any further ado, let's get into a little bit of my journey along these past couple of weeks and what I felt and what I was processing and my goals and how I can attain them better. And we're just gonna go through it and we're gonna talk about it, and then at the end I'll kind of recap, but I'll see you soon. I'm doing this for the girlies who have struggled with like the numbers of it all, the obsession of it all, the number on the scale. Listen, baby, can I tell you something? I have not weighed myself since before COVID. I don't know how much I weigh right now, and I will never know how much I weigh. When I go to the doctor, I do not tell them how much I weigh, and if they weigh me, you know what I do? I say, you know what? Do you mind if I turn around when you take the measurements and everything? You know how they have you step on the scale and everything, and you just not tell me what it is? Because I have suffered with eating disorders. That's literally all that I say, and I go about my day, and nobody has told me to this day what my weight is. Because honestly, I don't want to know. I don't want a number to define anything about me, whether that's in calories, whether that's in whatever the case might be. The amount of weight that I am at does not define my value. And I have needed to literally break down that crazy eating disorder tendency that I am genuinely like susceptible to, right? Not only me, but the girlies out here who are teenagers, the girlies out here who are even in middle school. I remember the earliest days that I was dieting was probably in elementary school. So honey, I know what it's like to struggle really hard. Even in college, I was on the same wavelength of wanting to be in the best shape possible, wanting to get my health in order. And at first, I started out the same way I'm starting now, not really being too crazy about it, going on a run only in the mornings, not really tracking anything. But guess what? Then I wanted to be a vegan, so I started to be a vegan. And then guess what? I started dabbling in orthorexia because I started to say, oh, you know what? I'm gonna really pay attention to the amount of sugars that I'm ingesting, to the amount of oils I'm ingesting, to the amount of carbs I'm ingesting. So basically, I was surviving off of like edamame, broccoli, and sweet potato and mushrooms. When you are just going about your life not working out, you might notice these things, but you'll notice them even more when you go to the gym. You know what I mean? Because if you are low on energy and you try to do a set that you were doing easily on like one of your, I don't know, other phases, like maybe your ovulation phase or something, you'll notice that you have a lot more energy during that time. But when you're doing the same exact exercise and you've been on your period for that long, or you've been like going through it hormonally, or you've been, you know, changing your diet and you don't even know what's going on with your hormones, like me right now, like it's just difficult. It's not easy to get your body right. Don't give up. Like, I know I can be negative, especially when something that seems so easy last week in another phase of my cycle seems impossible. Now, it's literally just that time of the month. I have to be super aware in those moments that, listen, I'm on my monthly, I'm not feeling the best, I'm depleted, I'm probably low on iron, I'm probably low on other nutrients, my body is not at its full capacity, full strength, my body is tender, it's sensitive, I'm experiencing side effects, especially those who get their periods really bad. Like, I get it. You're going through hell and then you're still taking your butt to the gym. And for that, I commend all of us girlies who even have any slight desire to get ourselves in shape, to get ourselves healthy, to get ourselves all the things. I really did some research. I dove in. I dug into why I thought the way that I thought. I broke off some generational curses off me. I broke off some things that needed to be broken off. I prayed. I researched intuitive eating. I figured out that I need to trust God with the food that I put into my body, and I need to trust Him that He will tell me when I'm full, when I'm hungry, what I need, what I don't need. I need to trust the process. I was to the point where I was like, Lord, I don't know if it's okay to eat a couple of chips out of this bag. And you know what? Being in a place where God was like, you know what? I designed your body. I created you for who you are. And you need to trust that everything that you put into your body is for a reason. You can have that slice of cake and everything is going to be okay. That cake is not the devil. But there is a real devil out here trying to steal, kill, and destroy, who was out here making women all over the world, men and women, insecure about who they are in Christ. It's exhausting. I've been there. I have had my life in chaos because of this, and I don't want this for you. And that's why on I Rise with the Sun, which is the name of this channel, we are here to rise out of the things that the enemy has us stuck in to our fullest potential in Christ Jesus. Okay, and this is what this video is about. So no ma'am, we are not counting calories. No ma'am, we are not restricting anything. No ma'am, we are not gonna go OD on this ED problem that we got going on. No ma'am, we're not doing it. Pretty much what I want to do right now is show you kind of what I do in the mornings to get ready to go to the gym, to kind of motivate you. It's not so hard. It's really just throwing on some clothes, brushing your teeth, and getting out the door. Like, it's not that bad. Monday, I was supposed to go to the gym Monday and I skipped it, and I want to do more cardio because I feel like cardio kind of is a fat blast. I usually go with my friend Mia, and me and her do it together. We keep each other motivated. Lately, though, it's been difficult because I've been going more often than she has, so I'm getting a lot stronger, especially because I'm consuming so much protein for the protein video that I'm gonna do a little later. I can't help but just literally get stronger. Like, I'm lifting more than ever before. I'm stronger than ever before, and I feel like she's still on the same wave that she was in when we first got into the gym. So it's been difficult. But do I feel like I need somebody to go to the gym with? No. Did I skip Monday because she didn't come? Yes. But that doesn't mean that I do that every single time. And is it a little extra harder to get out of bed when I know she's not going to come? Yes. It's so much harder to get out of the gym because I don't have anybody keeping me accountable. Like, literally, if I don't go to the gym and she's already getting ready to go to the gym, she can't get in. I'm her password, pretty much, in order for her to get in. So I will say another thing, super random, but I woke up with a bunch of random acne today, and that's very demotivating. But that's okay. I'm still gonna show up barefaced, and I'm still gonna go to the gym because who cares? Today, I have to finish doing my vocals for my song that's coming out soon. It's an acoustic version of Firefly that I already have out. Please listen, check it out. I have to finish that tonight because I already got an extension on the deadline for my producer. And honestly, I'm surprised he's not super fed up with me right now. He probably is. He probably just hasn't said anything yet. I don't know why I agreed to play piano the exact same week that I have a song due. That's also the exact same time that I have to do my regular content, because I am beyond stretched thin right now. Genuinely, this little hair. I don't know why I agreed to do that. Everything in me is like, no, don't go to the gym. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just stay home. Sleep in. I literally, I'm locking in. On another note, I'm battling through some things insecurity wise, which is crazy because I didn't expect this to happen. Well, maybe I did kind of expect it to happen, but I think the idea of a locking in and making sure that my body is right for summer is bringing up a lot of other feelings that I'm literally having to go to the Bible to pray about, go on ChatGPT and figure out what it is that I'm feeling, because it's just I'm in a weird place mentally. Like, yeah, I've been going to the gym already, but now that I'm locking in, it's a different mindset. Like, maybe I think the outcome is gonna be way better, but I don't know what I'm expecting, essentially. It's hard when you have an eating disorder mentality because it's always for something else. You're trying to gain something else. You're trying to earn something else and not just your health. Like, it's always about, like, losing weight in order to feel good and be desirable and whatnot. But it's hard to not even think about it that way. Oh, look at the sweat. It's hard not to even think about it that way because I could be healthy and be more chubby than this. Like, I have to learn to separate being skinny and attractive to the world versus just being healthy, and like, where do I stop? You know, when does it cross the threshold of doing it for, I guess, people to acknowledge it? I don't know. I'll unpack this more later. I don't have time. I have to get ready for work. I eat this like every day. This is protein granola, by the way. I switched it from regular Nature Valley to protein Nature Valley. I don't know what I'm feeling right now, but it's not security. It's very much insecurity. It's weird. It's like you don't really think about it, but then when you start thinking about it, it's all that you can think about. But I think what I have to do is I'm gonna have to just make it about I'm gonna have to make it about the journey and not about the destination, if that makes sense. Because I can never in my head get to a place where I've arrived. Is that weird? Like, I feel like psychologically it's not about a destination. I'm not going to arrive anywhere. The point of this is that I could stay disciplined with myself, that I was able to, continue in my discipline, continue in my patterns, in my rhythms, in everything that I need to do in order to attain the body that I want. But the how do I say this? The goal is not to attain the perfect summer body, but rather to continue in my routines of discipline. That's the real goal, right? Because if you think about it, does that make sense what I'm saying? If you think about it, if because I have such an eating disorder past, I can't rank my measurements of success based off of any logical data at all. It's literally just based off of my interpretation of what I'm seeing in front of me. And this morning I was feeling really great, and today later, because these what is on my shirt? I work with kids. I don't know what it is. It could be boogers. I don't know. Anyway, it could, like, this morning I was feeling like a 10 out of 10, and now I'm feeling like a 6 out of 10, and I feel like I look rough. And so all of this being based off of whether or not I look a certain way isn't gonna work. I'm realizing it's not gonna work, because I genuinely I can't depend on what I'm seeing in front of me in order to know if it's gonna work or not. I think the idea of locking in is just that. Was I able to lock in and do everything that I could in order to get this summer bod without actually seeing the results of it? Because if I'm gonna do this long term for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna go to the gym for the rest of my life, it's not gonna be about if I'm skinny or not. It's gonna be about making the decision to get up every day to go to the gym. I hope I'm making sense. I don't think it can ever be about the destination for me. And I don't know if there's a principle in life there. I'm gonna have to look into that. But I just thought I'd share my 2 cents, and I'm gonna go eat something for lunch. But yeah. So as you can see, there was a lot of moments just in the first month where I was feeling some type of way. I was feeling some type of way about my body. I was feeling insecure about not only my weight, but about other things like my acne that was popping up in some of the videos. I was feeling the pressures that I used to feel when I was struggling with eating disorder tendencies and other things like that. And I think it's because it's all around the same type of environments, right? Because back then I was losing weight to get skinny for validation, for male validation, for my own validation, to feel better in my own skin, to feel like I had a plan and a purpose, right? I was literally trying to get skinny because I felt like I didn't have value as a bigger person, right? And so back then, that was a different mindset. I was in a different headspace back then. And I was still doing the same things I'm doing now. Does that make sense? Like, if I'm going to the gym, I'm counting every single calorie that I'm losing on the treadmill. Like, I'm making sure that I'm hitting 30 minutes so I can get, I think back then it was like 30 minutes, every 30 minutes was like 100 calories or something crazy like that. And I would make sure that I got all the calories lost. I would make sure I'm tracking it. I would make sure that I'm measuring myself, making sure that I'm going down in clothes size, being very, very diligent to remove things out of my life, as you know, as you've heard, that I spoke about earlier. But in this case, I'm not doing any of that, but I'm still going to the gym, but I'm still putting myself in situations that could, the word is, trigger the things in my past. Does that make sense? I'm still being triggered by the exact same things because the exact same things are still present, And so it is difficult. It has been difficult. It will continue to be difficult. It is a journey. I think I had a light bulb moment where I realized that it's not about the destination, right? And what's crazy is that you're sitting here watching this video right now, and you're probably like, but I want to reach a certain goal before summer so that I can look hot all summer long. And I feel like that's the wrong mindset to have. And why do I feel like that's the wrong mindset to have? Because then there's an end point. And then if there's an end point, then it's not something you're going to continue to do. It's just going to be something that you reached, a goal that you reached, but didn't continue on into a lifestyle. And honestly, if you're literally just wanting to hone in and get to that goal weight that you want to get at, maybe this isn't the video that you need to be watching. But essentially, I realized that even taking pictures might not be the best thing in the whole world. You know, even taking pictures of before and after might not be the move, you know? Because if it really has to be a separate thing. Like, my mind has to be split in two, and I have to think, you know what? Even though I've been pushed diet culture down my throat, you know what I mean? My whole entire life, there's a way to do this that doesn't involve any of it. So I say all this to say, my lovely brothers and sisters in Christ, who are made in the image of God, it's about the journey, and it's always been about the journey, and I'm realizing that now even more so because I just watched a TikTok by Nala Ray, who used to be a corn star and is not anymore, who was serving the Lord with her whole heart. And guess what she said? She said that the wilderness season was the blessing because it got them away from the things that they were stuck in and to the one that they were supposed to be with the whole time. That whole season in the wilderness, when it's just them and God, should be the goal. And in the same way, as crazy as I'm paralleling this, because it's just in my head and it's fresh, in the same way, this whole time that you're spending in the wilderness, not reaching your goal yet, but in the process of disciplining yourself and getting up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning and adding more vegetables and fruits and protein into your diet and adding more movement to your body so that you can have more freedom and so you can clear your mind. All those things are what matters more than the destination. Maybe it's never about the promised land. If you got God, then why does the promised land matter as much? The point of me doing all this is because I want to be disciplined. And because I want to be disciplined my whole life. The whole point should be that not that I got to my goal weight or not that I got to my desired bikini outfit moment. The point is that I got up at 5:30. The point is that I went to the gym. The point is that I added those nutrients into my body, that I'm moving my body so that I can serve the Lord. So that's my thoughts on month 1 of getting it together. We got a few more months to go. We'll see what the Lord reveals to me then, because the Lord speaks in many ways. But love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing, because this is my heart's work. And I'm just here to share it with you so that you can get closer to God. Love you guys. Be well. Be still. Bye.